I thought mine was rough. Heck, all mine needs is a paint job. That thing needs a new hood, grill, and front bumper. Probably airbags too. Oh well. I think I'd rather have that to replace than the paint job. Alrighty. Well, I'm not sure how much room I got on this memory card. I think I've got it pretty well filled up with the nonsense I recorded before New Year's. Never did pull it off the card. I'm so far behind on putting up the videos that I've recorded now, it's not even funny. At this point, I'm just throwing out some of them that are too dated. That and the ones that are just not interesting. It's kind of hard to do that because what might be interesting to some is boring as fire to others. So how do you decide? I'm not one of those people myself that enjoy watching paint dry, and I don't anticipate that anybody that might watch my videos would be either. Trying to fight off the cold from the cold snap that just came through. Kind of weird. A friend of mine that lives in Knoxville was showing where yesterday they were actually getting flurries, rather substantial snow flurries. It wasn't even cold enough here to ice up everything good. Come on. I'll let you in. But, yeah, I mean, it was cold in the morning. I mean, heck, it was freezing cold this morning here. It was 21 degrees when I left the house. And I wasn't wearing a jacket when I walked out, but about 10 minutes of sitting in this truck waiting for it to warm up, I had to take my butt back inside and get my coat. Got my leather jacket because you can still kind of wear it when it's warm even, but like today, it's only up to 46 right now. I got all my little statuettes mailed off to my uncles and aunts. So, oh geez, they should all be getting, well, I know my two uncles that I mailed them to already have them. Oh shoot, I thought that was out in the road. Doggone it. They psyched me out. I try to stay in the slow lane so that if I get caught up talking about something and wind up going slower, I don't make people mad in the fast lane. But my two uncles already got theirs, and unfortunately they were broken when they got them. Fortunately, they're plastic, so you can use super glue and put them back together, and you never know they were broken. But they're little placards. It's like a memorial wall, like a veterans memorial wall, and a guy holding a triangle folded flag up to the wall in uniform, kneeling down in front of it. It's got a little saying carved into the wall. And they were on each corner of my father's casket. And they seemed like they wanted one of those, but there was only 4 corners and 5 brothers and sisters. So that's made life kind of interesting. So what I did is, me and my mother, my sister, were all gonna get one, and one of them was broken. It just fell off, and the bottom of it broke. And that's the one my uncle had, but my mother got that one back. But I got to thinking about it when I got home. I was like, that'll be a real good little memento of Dad to give them. A little keepsake of sorts. And so I got some more sent to me. Unfortunately, I can't do it again because I think they actually took them from another casket that they had there. It's not like they ordered them from the manufacturer or anything. So, unfortunately, that avenue is closed for getting any other ones. But there was enough to get them all one. Aside from that, pretty much just business as usual here. I've still got to fix her starter on the Saab. It's actually what I'm planning on going home and doing right now. I've got to take the intake off of it and the upper radiator hose to get to the top bolt on the starter. Now, several days ago, since I tried again and still couldn't get a hold of that bolt, or still couldn't get the bolt to let go, I hit it with some WD-40 penetrating oil in hopes that it's sitting there soaking that stuff up, that it'll bust loose easier today, or whenever I got to it again. But the bolt actually goes through the bell housing into the threaded bolt hole on the starter, and because of the way it's put in there, it's a pain in the butt. Especially with that. Thank you. Especially with that tube and the air intake tube and the radiator hose in the way. Don't really want to take that radiator hose loose if I can avoid it, but I have to take the air intake tube off. Radiator hose will bend a little bit. Air intake tube is, what the heck? I turn my wipers on when I use my blinker. But the air intake tube is solid aluminum, and it actually goes straight down to the turbo. I don't know how it hooks up to that. I've seen it, but I don't remember how it hooks up. I believe it's on the front. But I'm glad I looked. But I clipped him for sure. But gotta get that one bolt loose. That's all that's holding me up. Of course, by the time I get that one bolt loose, I'm gonna lose the other ones. Always something. Always. If I remember right, I put the other bolt back in the starter itself to where I didn't have to worry about losing it. And the other one's up on the block. Get that thing taken apart, get a new starter for it, slap that bad boy on there, and she'll be good to go again, I hope. She's only been 2 months without her car now. Them denying me cost the store that I was at a sale. Now, let's say out of every 100 they deny 5. Just as an arbitrary number. Now, mine was overturned finally. 30 days later. So much for 15, huh? I don't mind someone looking at my records to determine that it's okay for me to own a gun. I don't even mind it taking more than an hour to do it, or a day for that matter. What I do mind is being just randomly selected to not be able to purchase a weapon when I go to the doggone gun store. It don't make any sense to deny me knowing that you're going to turn around later and allow it, and then cost the store a sale, cause the person that you denied a whole lot of frustration and anger. I mean, what if I'd have had to travel couple hours to get to a store? There's places in Wyoming and other states that's the case. You gotta travel quite a ways to get to any kind of store like that. And I honestly don't mind them looking into my background at all. They can do that all they want to, because there's nothing there anymore. Back in the day when I was doing a lot of stupid stuff, that might have been another story. But right now, I could care less. There's nothing on there now that I'd be embarrassed about, or even care that they find out about. But so I don't mind a stricter search because there's nothing there that would or should prohibit me from buying a gun. Period. Nothing. I understand the NRA and the gun lobby getting upset because Obama's signing this executive order about making stricter background checks. Because, okay, let's say, yeah, okay, we'll let this go. It's a small battle, doesn't mean much. We'll just let it go. Then 2 months later, he's got one that digs all into your privacy and everything else. Complete and total violation, like he's done with everything else he's done. He wants to amend that and make it something worse or something more intrusive. So I can kind of see both sides of that one. The But I do also see where this can't be as bad of a deal. Now he's sitting there saying, "Oh well, every time I think about Newtown, it tears me up." Okay, I've got a problem with that. I'm not much of a conspiracy theorist, but there's a reason we've had as many shootings, schools and otherwise, as we've had since Obama's been president. There've never been that many shootings, attempts, or anything in history than there has been with Obama. It's because of Obama. You think I'm wrong about that? Just stop and take a look. All the different crap that's gone on since he's been in office. And everything that he's doing is basically just making it where more and more of it's going to occur. So whoever gets to take the reins in November or next January is really going to have their hands full, whether it be the Republicans or one of the other idiots. And that's not just Democrat idiots. I'm talking some of the can't even think of what they're called now. Some of the independent candidates that I've seen popping up. Of course, they're not campaigning fully yet, but whew, yeah. I believe there's a reason that independents haven't been able to run and compete in the debates. I don't think it's fair or right, but I believe there's a reason for it. And this round with some of the independents that are running kind of cinches up for a lot of people why the independents never get invited to the debates. Because typically they're overzealous and they've got a way different agenda and a whole different set of plans to how they're going to make everything work, look, and act and feel better. So, anyway, I've said all that to say this. I don't agree with Obama signing executive orders for everything. It's like he's a pouting kid, not getting his way, and since he can't throw a temper tantrum, his temper tantrum is the executive order, basically. So, unfortunately, we have to deal with the outcome of that. But anyway, I'm going to get off here. I got to get inside and get my grubbies on and try to get that car apart. And then I've got the spark plug wires I got to put on this thing. And if I can make it until then, I'm going to go back this weekend and try to do the brakes if Michael will let me use his garage for that. Got to put the new ceramic brake pads on and test the lines, because the one, I believe it was this driver's side front one, the line was kind of holding the caliper, which is usually a sign that the line itself is about to collapse. I've had the ones on her Suburban actually collapsed, and they're probably about ready to do it again with as many miles that are on it. Replacing those hoses are nothing. It's the whole having to bleed the brakes afterwards that's the pain in the neck. Anyway, that's all I got for now. And like I said, it's largely all opinion, and that's just how I think and feel. If you don't agree with it, voice your side of it. Maybe we can get a dialogue going in the comments. I mean, I've got an opinion. I know others have differing opinions, and they've got reasons for having those opinions. Doesn't mean that it's a stupid opinion just because they may not agree with what I say. So, let it out. Tell me what you think. Anyway, that's all I got for now. I thank you guys for watching. If you would, go ahead and hit the subscribe button for me. I'd appreciate it. It helps me grow my channel. And here shortly, I'm going to do a little... I've got some ideas of things to do for some good 4K video. Now, a lot of you won't get to see it in 4K, but it'll be an enhanced... YouTube will display it in 4K, but your screens may not allow it to go any higher than 1020 or 1080 by 768 or may not allow it to display any higher than 1080p, but it'll be a really sharp 1080p. That's what I was trying to say. I'm not using that camera still because I've still yet to spend the money and get the mount here. With New Year's and everything, I didn't really even want to go in and try to grab one of them because it was just... I didn't have money to do anything for anybody for Christmas this year, so I kind of felt like it'd be a little ignorant of me to go ahead and just order this $60 mount, which could have bought a couple of people at least some Christmas. But anyway, once I get things straightened out, I mean, I've got some things for people for Christmas, but it wasn't anything major. Just something to let them know I tried and I cared. But here shortly, when I get some money saved back up after I quit pouring it into all these vehicles, then I'll get the other mount and probably start doing more videos with the 4K camera. Of course, I can still take it out with my tripod and my monopod and see what I can do with those. I've still got my quadcopter. Of course, I'm getting ready to send it off to have the gimbal mounted on it because I don't know exactly what I'm doing with it, and while it may not be all that hard to do, I can't afford to mess it up. Now, if the person I send it off to tries to hook it up and messes it up, I don't think he'll mess up the quadcopter. All he'd mess up is the gimbal, which it's a $30 gimbal, so. But at least he's done them before, so he knows what he's doing with them. I don't. And that thing costs way too much money to screw around with it like that. So I'm going to play it safe. Anyway, again, thank you for watching. You guys have a great day. If you're new, go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you'd like to see more. Like, share, and favorite the video. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks for watching.